Hey guys, real excited to show you this new product. Basically what it is my go-to multi that I'm currently using at Hillsong Church. It's the same multi that I used on Fresh Wind Instrumental Parts video as well. So I'll make sure I put a link to that in the description of this video, just so you can see how I'm practically using it on one of our Hillsong songs. It comes in a bunch of different formats. It comes in main stage version, as you can see, Logic. If you're a multi-track stage ready user, it also comes in that format. It also comes in a Contact 5 or higher version. So if you own the full version, not the free player version, but the full version of Contact 5 or higher, it'll work in that as well. So I created this patch by pulling some of my favorite analog sounds from a bunch of different bundles. So I'll quickly show you what bundles they were pulled from. So there's a bunch of patches from the Pro 5 collection in this multi. There's an OB6 pad from the Ultimate Mainstage Collection 5. And there's an OB6 lead from the OB Pop Alternative Collection. So if you own these products, if you own all of them, the Pro 5 Collection, the Ultimate Mainstage Collection 5, and the OB Pop Alternative Collection, email us at support@multitracks.com and we'll make sure you get this multi for free as well. Okay, so let me quickly explain how this is laid out. In the main stage version, there's two different versions. There's a Pro 5 version where the low pass filter is mapped to the cutoff frequency knob here. There's also a mod wheel version where the low pass filter is mapped to the mod wheel. I'm going to use this one for examples, but they're basically identical. And as you can see below, there's two different multis, and then there's the patches that make up that multi. There's just a slight difference between version 1 and version 2. It's just the way the Pro 5 lead sustains. With version 2, it sustains indefinitely like a pad, but with version 1, it kind of fades out. So depending on context and kind of what song you're doing and how you're using the multi, you'll choose one or the other, but you'll get to know it once you play around with it. So the way I created this multi was obviously pulling them from those three bundles that I just showed you, but then I changed the attack, release, the sample start time, EQ, levels and everything just to make it work as a cohesive multi. Okay, so let's show you how this is made up, all the individual sounds, and then I'll show you them together. So this first one is the P5 basic pad, and that's made up of two different Pro 5 or Prophet 5 pads, a warm pad and a bright pad, and they work really well together because you get the big round bottom end from the warm pad, but then obviously the top end from the bright pad. So I'll start off with the mod wheel down and then move it up to show you how it sounds. So the P5 Big Sky is basically a 100% wet version of the pads that I just showed you. So this is great for an ambient patch or even a playable ambient pad as well if you want something really ambient. So the next one along is my favorite OB6 pad. I've used it on a bunch of Hillsong worship songs in the past. And it complements the Prophet 5 pads really well. I kind of add this one in when I want to step up a song dynamically and give it a little bit more guts. So I'll show you this one. So this next one is my go-to lead sound. It's a mixture of a Prophet 5 and OB6 lead sounds with reverb. I'll use it for songs like Wake, but then you can adjust the different levels of the Pro 5 and the OB6 leads that make up this, and have it even dry for something like Not Today. Okay, so now I'm going to show you all of those patches together with the mod wheel up so it's at its brightest, biggest setting, and show you kind of how big this multi can sound. So you can hear there with the mod wheel up, it's quite a massive sound. So you can really craft your songs to start off really mellow with the mod wheel down, bring in these other elements, and even bring the lead on top of it, and you've got kind of a playable pad lead combination patch. You can play lead lines with it like this. Or you can make it mellow and intimate by bringing the mod wheel down and maybe taking out the lead. But even leaving the lead in can still sound really warm and big with the mod wheel down. So there you go, that's my current multi that I'm using at Hillsong Church. And like you can hear, you can make it really big sounding and majestic by having all the pads and leads in there at the same time and the mod wheel up. But then you can make it really warm and intimate as well by moving the mod wheel down and maybe just using a couple of those pads rather than all of them at the same time. And you can use them as individual patches as well. Like the vibe lead, you can just use that as a lead by itself. Or the different pad elements as well. So yeah, that's the walkthrough video. So thanks again for watching.